Welcome to GTC's Teaching Tidbits. Each episode, we explore a teaching tip, technique, practice, or idea from faculty for faculty. Today, Shannon Creighton, the Director of Online Learning and the Curriculum and Instructional Support Center, CISC for short, is back in person with us. Welcome, Shannon.
Hi, thanks, Rachel. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Glad you're here with us to share your tidbit today. For many of us, the bulk of our experience with Blackboard is through a web browser on our desktop or laptop computers. However, there is an app for that. And Shannon is here to introduce to us what Blackboard has developed for both instructors and students to easily access Blackboard on our mobile devices, whether that's a phone or a tablet of some kind. So Shannon, I'm going to turn it over to you to share your teaching tidbit.
Perfect. Thanks, Rachel. So just a little background before I show you the app itself and how to get it. If you've been around and teaching with Blackboard for a little bit, there was a previous version of the Blackboard app. There were two separate apps, one for teachers and one for students. One was Blackboard Learn for teachers, one was Blackboard Learn for students, and never the two shall meet. Students couldn't use the faculty one couldn't use the student one. And it was also very limited in what you could do in the teacher version of the app. It really wasn't even worth trying. So in the recent release, I believe it was either the end of August, the 1st of September, they released one unified app that both faculty and students use the same app now. So if you previously had the faculty app on your iPad or your phone or anything like that, go ahead and just delete it. Go ahead and get rid of it. It will not work anymore. But if you had the student app for some reason, which was the little Blackboard and the pencil, you can keep that and just go into your app store and make sure that your app is refreshed, and it will actually upgrade to the new version of the app. But for those of you who have not had the app before, I am going to share my screen on my iPad, and I'm going to walk you through some steps to get it, and also some basics of how the app works itself. So I'm using an iPad, so I'm going to go into my Apple Store, and we are going to search for Blackboard. Okay. And when you get it, the new icon now looks like the little blue icon here at the top left, called Blackboard Learn. It is a new icon and everything. So we're going to download that, and we're going to let it install. Hopefully it won't take too long. So now that the app is downloaded, we're going to open it. And you can allow it to send you notifications or not. That's completely up to you. I'm going to say yes. And so when you get here to the login page, we are going to search for Greenville Tech. So you'll see it there, and we're going to hit Greenville Tech and continue with web login. And that's going to redirect us to our GTC for Me sign-in page. So sign in with your GTC credentials. Okay. And it will redirect you into Blackboard. And the first time, obviously, there'll be terms and conditions to accept. So you'll come to a screen that'll look like our institution page when you sign into Blackboard on your browser. The internet is being a little slow here. So it looks very similar to what we see when we sign into the institution page on the browser. You'll see it even gives you the pop-up notifications that we get through EasySolve, so you'll see those as well. And there's another one that we have for Proctoria, which if you've not watched those, please make sure you've watched those. But you can get into pretty much anything that you need to do in Blackboard. If you go down to the bottom, you can see your stream. If you click on stream, this will give you your due dates and activity stream, just like it does in regular and Blackboard. You can click on courses, and this is where you go into, obviously, into the courses that you are either a student in or that you are teaching. Now, one caveat here is that the app works best if you are teaching in Blackboard Ultra. As we all know, Blackboard Ultra is mobile responsive, which means that it will resize itself to your screen that you are dealing with. So you'll be able to come in and make any minor adjustments in here. You'll also be able to send course messages and announcements directly from this. So basically you can do, I would suggest doing small things. I wouldn't create an entire new test or anything like that, but if you need to change a due date or anything like that, you can feel free to do that in the app, just like you would on your desktop browser. One caveat here that we have learned from experience, and Lisa Branham, thank you for this tip. If you are scrolling and you scroll on the right-hand side of your screen, it does have the move arrows there. And so if you are scrolling too fast on the right-hand side, you can accidentally move one of the things, not on purpose. So make sure if you are scrolling down a long bit of text that you're doing it on the left-hand side so that you don't accidentally move one of your modules or a file that you have. So you can, like I said, you can do announcements here just like you do on your desktop. You can look at rosters. You can do, you can quickly look at your grade book and see, what things are here. So basically, it functions very much similar to what your desktop looks like, just from the convenience of having it on your mobile device. Again, I wouldn't suggest doing this any large-scale changes or large-scale grading. But if you want to just check in on your class and see who's updated things or who's completed things, or to send a quick message or to read a quick message from a student, feel free to do that. At the bottom of the screen, it also has the traditional calendar, just like your desktop would. And on the far right-hand side, you also have more, where you can see any organizations that you may be in, your grade, the institution page is there. Also, it has messages. So you can go into your messages feature and check your messages directly from here without needing to go into the course itself. So that makes it a little bit easier to get to if you want to, if a student sends you a message, you get a notification, you can log on and click on this and go right to the messages and see, and see what the students are saying and respond to them directly from here. Again, use it like you would in your normal cell phone or your any app that you would have on there, and you can see messages that the students send you. So just wanted to bring you up to date that this is available for both faculty and for students. If your students are downloading this app, make sure that you tell them not to do any big projects or write their papers or take exams on this, because obviously we want them on a computer for those things. But if they're responding to a discussion board or reading a message that you send or checking their calendar to see what's due, those things are perfectly acceptable to do on the app for both you and the students. But again, just remind students that they can't take your entire class on an iPad or a cell phone. It's just not designed for that. This is more designed for a quick check-in or a quick update. But just don't use it. I personally wouldn't use it to grade a 10-page essay or something like that, because it's just not made for that. But quick check-ins, I think, are a good way to use this. So again, just wanted to show you what's available, and feel free to download and use it as possible. It is available on Apple iTunes and also the Google Play Store. Both of them are Android. So basically works on all devices that you can download apps onto.
Well, thank you so much, Shannon. Actually, you answered the questions that were coming to my mind as you were sharing all of this, which were the two big ones. What do you recommend instructors use this for? And what do you recommend we instruct our students or guide our students in terms of use of this? So small tasks on both sides. Yes. There.
Yeah. I like I said, I wouldn't try to write a 10-page paper on my iPad or my cell phone, just because the logistics of it are not very feasible for that.
Yes. Yeah. But things like discussion posts and messages sound like that's the perfect thing for the students to hop on quickly, check their grade, send a message. So thank you for sharing all of that. Again, it's nice to be able to have that additional resource at our fingertips for those quick little things that we might be doing with our course. And I know that if you'd like to continue the conversation about this, Shannon welcomes you to reach out to him His email is here on the screen, shannon.creighton@gvltec.edu. And you can also reach out to any member of the CISC team, and I know they'll be happy to answer the questions, talk through anything that you need assistance with. And if you have questions you'd like answered or topics you'd like to see covered in our series, please send those along to me. We want to make sure that we're covering things that you feel you need or that you want to hear. And as always, if you have a teaching tidbit worth sharing or you know someone who does, let me know. We want to feature that in the series and share that wealth of information with your fellow faculty. Well, that's this week's GTC Teaching Tidbit, and we'll see you next time.